these athletes, you will see a totally different tempo from the off compared with that of the 5K for obvious reasons. Nanyondo, a big kicker. It'd be interesting to see how she copes and whether anybody does take this out quick.
Yeah, it'd be really interesting to see how they how they take on this course. There is Nozomi Tanaka, absolutely loves racing. She was entered for the 5K as well, 8th in the 1500 meters at the Tokyo Olympics, and also in the 5000 in Budapest.
From the top 7 in Budapest World Championships, there are, from the top 7, 4 are here, including the gold and silver medalists. And Faith Kipyegon, well, breezed to a double gold pair of performances in Budapest in the 1500 and 5000 meters.
And of course, Tim, next year marks 70 years since Roger Bannister's sub-4-minute mile. So fantastic to see the road mile becoming a world championship event for the first time. And the athletes are...
Well, this is the finish area for the mile. The tape is ready there. The women will be arriving in about 4 minutes 20 time. Let's take a look at some of the best athletes here. Jessica Hull, we saw earlier, 7th in the World Championships in Budapest. She's a 4:15 miler this year, was 6th in the 5th Avenue mile a couple of weeks back in New York. Very consistent racer, Jessica Hull. Watch her.
Alongside her, a World Championship silver medalist at 1500 metres.
Diribe Welteji, the silver medalist behind Kipyegon over 1500 metres in Budapest. She's a former World Junior Champion at 800 metres, and her 4 fastest times ever at 1500 have come this year. Tanaka of Japan. Well, she is a very, very consistent racer. Is Nozomi Tanaka, 8th in the Budapest 5,000 metres, former World Junior Champion at 3,000. And there she is, Faith Kipyegon, without any shadow of doubt, the greatest middle distance runner in the history of women's running. 3:49 she's run for 1,500 metres, and she improved the world record on the track this summer to 4:07, can you believe? Benanadzina of Latvia in this lineup, Sibila Benanadzina, just 15 years old. Very nervous moments for this young lady. Yet to break 5 minutes for the mile. And Addie Wiley has made amazing progress this year. Has gone from 2:04 to 1:57 at 800, and from 4:11 to 3:59 at 1,500 metres. She's had her summer of summers, says Addie Wiley. Watch the young American, still only 19. So just about ready to go then for this first ever women's mile, road mile world championship.
On your marks.
Very long hold there, but they do get underway. And no rise in the first few hundred metres here. This will be a flat, fast course for these athletes. And Faith Kipyegon straight to the fore. The problem for this entire field is that her usual steady tempo is several notches faster than the majority of them. Although interesting to see Hailu of Ethiopia, who was 4th in the Olympic Games in Tokyo, 4th in the World Championships last year, 7th in the World Championships 5,000 metres this year, so she's strong, Hailu. Interesting to see Hailu go with her, and Welteji as well, tucked in behind Kipyegon. And Mara, in these very early stages, it looks like it's well, follow the leader.
Yeah, Kipyegon's got everything, multiple titles at global level, multiple world records. Yeah, but so far going with them. It's all about judging your pace with the road mile. You don't have the laps to help you.
Well, gap's opening up pretty quickly, because I get the impression that Faith Kipyegon here is looking for a quick time. She's laying down a tempo that very few of them can match. Some good athletes already struggling in her wake with only 1 minute 11 seconds on the clock. We'll get a 1 kilometre split, and if it's anything like around 2:40, that would be really quick as they negotiate that right-hand turn. There aren't too many turns on this course. It's a really quick giant U shape, but Kipyegon, there's an urgency to her running here. She's pouring it on.
Certainly is, and they're on Lachplessa Street now, heading for the second corner, which is a very sharp turn onto Freedom Boulevard and heading towards the monument. But Chepchirchir of Kenya hanging in there, the 20-year-old, 5th at the World Championships. Very tall figure, 3rd in the Brussels Diamond League 1500, but it's all about Kipyegon at the minute.
It is indeed. Well, the official starter a couple of minutes ago was Sebastian Coe. He'll be, the World Athletics president will be approving of this aggression from Kipyegon. Chepchirchir trying to go with her. She's coached by a former world 800 meters champion, which is very unusual. Janet Chepkozgai is Nelly Chepchirchir, only 20 years old, as you say, tall and rangy, isn't she? But Kipyegon here, who's wonderfully proportioned, moving so well, Commonwealth champion back in 2014. She's been doing it year after year, taking gold medals in one major championship after another. And at the moment, it looks like she'll get another gold medal here today. 2.5 minutes on the clock, single file as Kipyegon lays down this very, very tough tempo. Although Welteji, in her slipstream, looking strong, Mara.
Certainly is. The silver medalist from Budapest, not letting the multiple world record holder Kipyegon have everything her own way. And they went through 1K there in around 2:46, I think, which is just about on world record pace. So the official world record, Nikki Hiltz, 4:27.97. Is Kipyegon going to add to her world record tally?
Kipyegon at the moment, eyes front, not phased by Diribe Welteji's attentions here. The 21-year-old Ethiopian, slightly taller, tucked in behind. There she gets a little glance, Kipyegon, of what's going on behind her, but Welteji will be tough. She ran 3:53 behind Kipyegon to take second place in the Prefontaine Diamond League final a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago today. Both these athletes were in fantastic form. Kipyegon still pouring it on. She's opened up big gaps behind athletes of the caliber of Jessica Hull, trying to hang on. She's back in about fourth is Hull. There's Kipyegon now with probably only about 30 seconds to go, 45 seconds to go. Still pushes on strongly, but cannot rid herself of the attentions of Welteji. This is brilliant running from the Ethiopian to hang on to the coattails of the Kenyan. Dare she go past her? She may have done. She's matching her stride for stride now. The crowd's loving this one as they continue to go further clear. But Kipyegon, remember, held a world record briefly this summer for 5,000 meters. She's super strong. And the Olympic champion, the world champion, glances over her shoulder there and maybe is beaten. Welteji here is going to cause the upset of the day so far. It's going to be gold for Ethiopia in this inaugural Women's World Championship over the road mile. The winning time, 4:25. And the world record of Nikki Hiltz unofficially has gone, broken by a couple of seconds here. But a shock there as Diribe Welteji of Ethiopia gets that fantastic gold to defeat Faith Kipyegon. It's very, very rare these days. Season after season, you see Kipyegon beaten in any race, but she's been beaten today, my word.
Yeah, the way she was looking behind her in those final moments, Tim, she did look beaten. God, what a shock. Kipyegon defeated. Fantastic run from Welteji there. And a new official road mile world record.
Boy, oh boy. Well, Nelly Chepchirchir did hang on for third place, 2 seconds down. And Freweni Hailu of Ethiopia in fourth place. Jessica Hull, brilliant running from her to finish in fifth place, right up behind the East Africans. And Mouche of France in sixth place. Superb running from her and indeed from her teammate Berenice Cleye-Mel to finish in seventh place. With Addison Wiley, the best of the Americans, coming through for eighth place. Still waiting for those times to be confirmed on our computers here. But Diribe Welteji there getting a big hug from one of the Ethiopian officials. The silver medalist in Budapest 5 weeks ago turns the tables on the great Faith Kipyegon here today. In the grand scheme of things, of course, it's none too significant because Kipyegon has had the season of seasons with world records galore. 3 world records, let me remind you, although her 5,000 meter world record from the Paris Diamond League has since been broken. But her world records at 1 mile and 1,500 meters this year are untouched and may well remain untouched for many a year. She did everything she possibly could, Faith Kipyegon. I don't know if she needed to run it that way, Mara, but if she hadn't run it that way, they probably would not have got the world record. So Welteji, the beneficiary of that very, very fast opening pace from Faith Kipyegon. A world record in a women's only mile then this morning here in Riga. Diribe Welteji at 21. will get her first ever world record plaque. I think that she'd be given a phone. Maybe chat to the folks back home.
And the athletes are racing for prize money, and new world records attract $50,000. A world record bonus.
Not a bad day at the office, is it? We always say that, but of course these races represent the culmination of many weeks and months of training. So it's not $50,000 for 4 minutes of her time, it's $50,000 for hundreds of hours of hard graft up in the Rift Valley.
So congratulations with the bronze here, but this excellent season, and we are happy that you came here to Latin Capital League.